Hello everyone, welcome back to my astrology channel. So in today's video I will be talking about the new moon that occurs on the 12th of April in the sign of Aries. Now this is the first new moon of the new astrological year. The new astrological year begins after the spring equinox. So this is the first new moon that's occurring after that. And it's in the sign of Aries. The Aries is a sign of initiating. It's a cardinal sign and it's moving forward. So that's the energy the new moon is bringing to the table. Now this new moon is very well supported by other planets. Most of the planets are in harmonious aspect to the new moon in Aries, except for Pluto, which is squaring it. Most of the planets is very harmonious, and it's really helping this new energy that's starting, that new beginning in your life and just generally in your surroundings. So if you're initiating anything, it's a great time to do that. Now the new moon occurs when the sun and the moon both are together in the same sign. That's when the new moon occurs. It's also a time of initiating something or sowing the seed of your intention or anything that you want to start or anything you want to begin, any fresh starts that you want to take. It's a great time to do that. So do think about, or at least put in action, something that you want to begin for this year. And the reason is not that we are in the Aries season, which is the cardinal initiating energy anyways, but this Aries new moon and the Aries sun is so harmoniously aspected by the other planets like Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Mars. All the planets are really helping this new moon energy. Now that's why it's a great time to just start whatever you want to begin. Now the spiritual meaning of new moon is that you are sowing the seed and then reaping the results later on. So it's a great time to do that. Now with the other planets that is aspecting this new moon positively, it will help you to initiate that. Now there is Mercury conjuncting the new moon. So what you will feel is that you will have a more clear thinking of what you want to do. So you can also analyze your situation better and rethink and re-strategize if anything needs to change. So it's a great time to do that. Now with Venus is also conjuncting new moon, and it's in sign of Aries. Now Venus in the sign of Aries is a great independent energy. So if you're passionate about anything and you want to move that forward and be very upfront about whatever you are really feeling, your inner passions are, take that forward. Now with Mars sextiling this new moon, Mars is in sign of Gemini, and it's in it's the ruler of Aries. Mars is the ruler of Aries. So what it's doing is making you very practical and constructive in your communication and how you want to take that thing forward. So your communication is really on fire, and it's very constructive and practical. So it's not a dreamy and delusional or any kind of hazy communication. It's very clear, and you're really initiating communication and conversation that will take you forward. So it's a great energy that's bringing, this new moon is bringing all that energy. Now Jupiter is also in a harmonious aspect to this new moon. Jupiter is in Aquarius, and it's really bringing in the collective conscious together. And Jupiter is a very generous, expansive, open-minded planet. And when it sextiles with new moon, it really brings all that traits to your conscious, to your subconscious, to your emotions, and you feel a bit more generous. You are more open-minded to take things forward. You're very optimistic, very generous, very positive, and you bring this energy to the table. You bring this energy in your surrounding. You're bringing it to the other people in your surroundings. So all this is really moving you forward in the Aries season. And so great time to take forward or initiate something, or at least sow the intention of taking it forward. So it's a great time to manifest anything you want to achieve throughout the year, during the year. So sow the seed now so that you can work towards it as the year goes on. Now the only tense aspect this new moon has is from Pluto, it's a square aspect. So it's a a bit of a conflicting aspect. Now, Pluto is also squaring Venus, which is, it's an exact square with Venus. Now, Moon and Venus is only about 4 degrees away. So Pluto is having the square aspect, this conflicting tense aspect on both Moon as well as Venus. So the meaning of this is more towards taking responsibility of your emotions and just, bringing more inner peace within you and in your surrounding. Now, the energy that Pluto, whenever Pluto is in a tense aspect to Moon and Venus, what it brings is a sense of responsibility towards your emotions, to handle your own emotions better, and not to get into an ego conflict with people around you or any relationship that you have. And the relationship is not just personal relationship, it can be your work relationship, friends, community, anything. So you need to take more responsibility towards your own emotions and your own inner peace. At the end of the day, it's not useful to use this energy in a negative way, because the person who will be at disadvantage at the end of the day will be you. So it's important to channel your energy in such a way that you are bringing that peace to yourself and to your surrounding. Now, you may feel a bit of a love and hate relationship with people in your surrounding and with just circumstances. So it's important to bring the inner peace and to be more peaceful within. And when you're peaceful within, then you can think better and you can channel your energy more positively and really think over what you want to do, because Aries season is great time to initiate. So if you keep your emotions in check, you will be very fruitful during this period. So now we'll be talking about each sign and see how the new moon affects on each of the 12 zodiac sign. So Aries, you're first. So the new moon for Aries occurs in the first house, and your ruler Mars is in Gemini, in the sign of Gemini. From there, it's a harmonious aspect. It's sextiling from your ruler Mars is sextiling the new moon in Aries. So it's a good time for you to initiate something new in terms of within yourself. So the way you want to project yourself, if you want to reinvent yourself, it's a great time to do that. Now, the first house is the house of your individual self and your individual destiny in the world. Now, how you channel your energy and to achieve things for your own self, for your own personal identity, to have a greater identity of your own self in the world. So that's what the first house is about. With the new moon here, you can really reinvent yourself, and this reinvention can be really your mind, body, and soul. You can have a physical almost like changing yourself, your mannerism, your attitude. Really, you can restart yourself. You can reset your whole persona during this Aries new moon. Now, this is your solar return time, Aries. So you're definitely feeling very fully charged and in your elements, and you're also radiating that energy to other people and inspiring other people. So if you do initiate something, people will come together and support you and help you in your endeavor. So do keep the focus on yourself and on your vitality and your physicality and your mannerisms, how you want to project yourself. And you may be prone to overextending yourself during this time and overworking, because Pluto is in your 10th house and it's squaring the new moon. So it's important to keep the relationship with the authority figure in check, and in your workplace, in your careers, just generally. There might be circumstances when things pop up which are hidden and which you were not expecting. So be emotionally prepared to handle those things better and channel your energy in such a constructive way that you can use that energy to be more constructive than, be negative about it. Now, if the clashes and conflict do occur in your career, in your work environment with authority figure, and you're feeling a sense of identity crisis, you don't know where you stand, it's a good time to reinvent yourself and even look for something new in terms of job or career if you want to. That's what you're looking for. So do that, and you will feel more balanced in terms of your emotions and what you want to achieve. And it's a great time to set that intention regarding yourself and where you want to, where you see yourself, your life path, your life direction. So overall, I will say, Aries, you are feeling very supercharged to take some bold steps. And that could be in your personal life, in professional life. You are really raring to go, so you are ready for it. So I would say just go for it, and acknowledge your own credibility and your capabilities, and value yourself, and use that energy to restart something right now, because it's a great time. The springtime, the Aries season is great time to initiate something new for the whole year. So Taurus, you're next. Now for you, the new moon occurs in the 12th house. Now the 12th house is the house just behind the ascendant. So it's a time of rethinking, preparing, and re-strategizing what you want to do when when Taurus season begins in a few weeks' time. So it's great time to let your inner self guide you, and listen to your inner voice and see what it's telling you. What is your subconscious mind telling you during this time, Taurus? Now 12th house is the house of subconscious. It's a house of spirituality, closures, old patterns, anything to do with karma and past karma. So that's the theme of the 12th house. And here you have the new moon here. Not just the new moon, you got Venus here, you got Sun here, Mercury. It's a whole stellium happening in your 12th house. So it's a great time to prepare yourself. So think about what you want to do in a couple of weeks' time, and sow the intention in terms of thinking and feeling what you want to do. Now this is not the time of second guessing. It's a time to listen to your intuition. It's a time to listen to your inner voice and trust what you're feeling and what you're thinking. Now new moon time is a resetting time as well. It's kind of resets the clock. So what you are planning to do, what you're thinking about, it's going to restart. So anything that you want to begin in a few weeks' time, it's a good time to set that intention and sow the seed, and think and really take action in terms of initiating at least the thought process of moving that forward. So when the new moon falls in your 12th house, it's a time of retreating and really recharging your energy, so that you are recouped and rejuvenated, and then you can use this energy when new moon moves in your first house. You will be able to move things forward. So it's a good time to really disappear off the grid and think about your inner feelings and also your belief system. What do you believe in? What is your philosophy in life, Taurus? So shake any baggage off, anything that is holding you back, and anything that you need to shed. It's a really great time to detox. Now there is a focus on your 10th house career matters as well, because you have Saturn and Jupiter over there. So there is a flow of energy happening. So Jupiter in your 10th house in the sign of Aquarius is sextiling the new moon. So it's a good time to even initiate something in terms of your career. If you will be rewarded for your efforts, or you can think about how you want to take your career forward. What does it mean? What does career mean to you? What is the calling in your life? And how you want to take your life forward? And think about it. And take action once, in a couple of weeks' time in terms of your career and your belief system. What do you believe in, Taurus? What is it that is moving? What clicks you? What makes you take action? What motivates you? What are your passions? And communicate, express them to yourself at least. Think about it, and write them down if that helps, because if you have a journal where you can write your thoughts down, it helps you to manifest those energies and take action on those energies later on. So in all, I would say, Taurus, it might be a bit unsettling and uncomfortable to take a break from your own agenda of doing what you want to do and helping others, and moving forward and in life, and doing your career and the money making agendas that you have, and how you want to take your work and forward. You might feel a bit uncomfortable from taking a break from these themes, but it's a good time to take a break and rethink over what you want to do. Now you are going through a change in your philosophies, your life philosophies, and there is a great transformation happening in how you view yourself and the world, and what is the meaning of life for you. It's all it's all transforming. The meaning of it is changing for you, and you are getting a new understanding or different understanding of your philosophy, your own belief system. So use this energy right now to really think and recharge yourself and take a break from the going ons in your life, and just have a calm down quiet hours to think about, even a retreat if you can, or anything to meditate things over. Give some time to meditate, and it all will help you in taking your agenda forward and whatever you want to achieve in life. So this new moon is blessing you with fierce individuality and that fierce determination, and this, to move things forward. But now is the time to just recharge and think about what you want to do, and then move things forward when the new moon occurs in your first house, to really project yourself in a new way. And it will be a time to really push the new you onto in your surroundings. So for Geminis, the new moon occurs in the 11th house. Now the Aries season is quite a harmonious time for Geminis, because Aries is a fire sign and Geminis is an air sign, so it is a sextiling energy. It's a very free, harmonious, helping, assisting, supporting energy, and the planets are also supporting this new moon. Mercury, your ruler, Geminis, is in Aries during this new moon, and the ruler of Aries, which is Mars, is in Gemini, so it has this supporting energy for you. So it's a great time to collaborate and be part of the social circle and initiate something new. If you have been thinking about something to start, and something for the future, if you got some future plans and you want to start something in terms of getting together with a group or collaborating with other people to make your hopes and wishes come true and to realize those things, it's a good time to think about it and manifest and sow that seed to start that whatever you want to do. Now there's a great focus on your friendships, on your social circle, on the people you interact with, your acquaintances, not necessarily only the close relationship, but also other relationship and people at large that you interact with. There's a great focus on that during this time, Gemini. So it's a great time to get together with people you want to work with. Teamwork is a great theme during this time. For you Geminis, also the theme of finances has been on your mind and in your life for many years now. So there is a square happening with your Pluto in your 8th house, and new moon in your 11th house of your social circle. So you might get some kind of help or some kind of growth in terms of your finances as a result of your in collaborations. But obviously you need to keep in mind that you are not getting involved in the social circle, in your surrounding, in your the group, the team that you're getting involved with is really something that is on the same page as you. So don't get involved with a group or a social circle where you don't resonate yourself, you don't see yourself with the cause that you're getting into with them. So whatever you get into, you need to be emotionally connected with that, and that's when you will really move forward and really grow. And it's very important to, when you get involved with a group of people or collaborating with people you don't know, if it's from a different culture or somebody you haven't met, you're just getting on a business contract or something, it's very important to understand to keep your own agenda and emotional needs in mind. You can assert your needs and communicate what you want, what you expect from the group activity, and what you are, your future hopes and wishes, and needs to be aligned to that. So you can communication is has great power, and you have this Gemini and Aries energy that can initiate powerful communication and negotiation with the people you're collaborating with. So it's very important before you get involved with other people in a social group to understand your own needs and to have the strength and trust your own gut feeling and intuition and instincts. Trust it, because your own feeling, whatever your own feeling is, that's the true nature of what you expecting out of your own life. So resonate with that and don't give in if it does not match with your authentic self, Geminis. Now Geminis, you are your own now Geminis, your authentic self is already very mentally stimulating, and you are very mentally agile, and people around you will respect you for your credibility and what you bring to the table. So trust that and do assert your own self more firmly, and not just go with the flow with whatever is being offered. So trust your instinct and do follow your instinct in terms of what your emotional needs are and where do you see your life going, and especially in terms of your social circle and any kind of collaboration or future project that you're about to get involved in. So do think over it before you get involved in something, Geminis. So Cancer, for you, the new moon occurs in your 10th house. Now 10th house is the house of career, it's house of your public status, it's your destiny in the world, what you want to achieve in terms of how you present yourself on a public sphere. So new moon here is great initiating energy in terms of a new direction in career, or if you want to take it forward or you want to take it higher, it's a great time to initiate that, Cancer. Now new moon in the 10th house does indicate a very busy time for you, Cancer. So you are working hard and you're projecting yourself, and you're being observed by the authority figures as well. People in your work area, in your career, and people who are senior to you are observing you. So the hard work that you're putting during this time, or you've been putting for the last few months, is going to be rewarded, is going to be seen, because you're being watched, and you will see the results of your effort. So it's very important to stay focused in what you want in your life in terms of your career, and not to get sidetracked in other things, like if there's any kind of ill talk happening in the workplace, or any kind of gossip happening. Don't get involved in those things, because that can really affect the work environment and your own well-being and your own emotional state, and you don't want to spoil just the work relationship with people, because you do have a good reputation, Cancer. So do keep that in mind when you are getting involved in your work area. Now you have the new moon squaring Pluto. Now Pluto is in your 7th house, so there's a dynamic between your relationship, one-to-one relationship, especially your romantic and even others. Any one-to-one relationship is you need to channel your energy in such a way that you're not getting into a conflict with your partner or any close relationship that you have as a result of your career, or you being too busy around your career aspect. So it's important to balance that. Now Cancer, you are focused on your career, definitely. And you may have some distraction due to your relationship or family members, or just your home environment and your family environment. So it's important to visualize your path, where you're heading, and see how you want to get there, and how you can create a harmonious energy around all aspects of your life as you move on with your own career and public status and achieving that status that you're wanting to. So keep in mind your family environment as well, and any conflict arising there may affect you, so you need to understand your own emotional state as well. And conflicts that arises due to any kind of emotional upheaval, you will be able to understand it better if you understand the where the others are coming from, what are their expectation from you, and what is your expectations of them. So if you understand that dynamic, you'll be able to move forward in a much more harmonious way, in much more clear and understanding way. Now this new moon is definitely making you focus more on what you want to achieve and what is your destiny in the world is, and what is your more related to your status and career. Is definitely your focus is more on that. And if there's any conflict arising from surrounding and family and spouse or partner, you need to stay focused on what you want to achieve, because that's where your energy is, and you need to keep reaffirming what you want, how you want to take your career forward. Now during the new moon, Cancer, you are carving your goals and ambitions and how you want to go forward, and it's a good idea to balance this out with your partner expectations and your home environment, family expectations. If you are able to do that, you'll be able to move things forward a little bit more with peace of mind and more inner peace than conflict. Because if you're unhappy inside, and the partner, your relationship and your home environment can have an effect on you. So it's important to just resolve any conflict that may be arising in that area, and then focus on your career goals as well. So in all, I would say, Cancer, keep your mind and heart open during this new moon time, and you are moving forward in your professional endeavors, and you are carving yourself your image and your public status in the world. You are doing that, and it's a good idea to balance that with expectations of your partner or your family environment, people in your family. So if you balance that out, you'll be able to see yourself achieve and in a more peaceful way, and move forward. Whatever you want to achieve, you'll be achieving that in a more holistic and more wholesome way. So for you, Leos, the new moon occurs in your 9th house, in the sign of Aries. Now your ruler sun is in Aries itself during the new moon. Now the 9th house is the house of philosophies. It's a house of your belief system, your inspiration. It's a house of the opportunities and exploration, and just expanding your mind, and exploring and expanding your horizon. That's what the 9th house is all about. Now the new moon in your 9th house, Leos, is a great time to really understand what you really believe in, and even refresh your thought system, your belief system, and look into it more deeply and see what it really means for you. Now during the new moon, Leos, you are expanding your knowledge, you're expanding your mind, your horizon. You are seeking knowledge, you're learning, you're seeking higher learning and higher knowledge, and you are really interacting more on the basis of expanding your mindset and how you view the world. Now you're feeling very open-minded and very broad-minded during this time. You want to learn things, you want to expand your mind, you are really want to go and explore. You're very inspired, and you've got big projects and big ideas in mind, and you want to implement these things. So it's a good time because it's a new moon, and this new moon is very well supported by all the other planets, which are in a good harmonious aspect. So it's a good time to really visualize what your ideas are and what your future plans are and what your aspirations are, and put them in write them down, and start to working on them, refreshing them, resetting them, and working on them, so you can sow the intention of what you want to do in future, what your future plans are. And that could be a year-long plan, or a 3 months plan, 6 months plan, a year plans, or 5-year plan. Whatever you are trying to achieve in future, you can just lay down and really work, like put a plan down and work towards what you want to achieve. During the new moon, Leos, you may come face to face with your old belief system, and you may feel that the what you believed in, and the way you were taking your life forward, or what your plans and goals were, does not resonate with you currently, or is not helping you in taking you forward the way you want to go forward. Maybe you need to tweak what you want to, how you understand things, and how you want to implement things. So it's a good idea to do that. I mean, there's no need to be rigid about things. You are a fixed sign, Leo, but it's good time. It's a cardinal season. Aries is a cardinal sign, and there's a lot of cardinal energy going on right now in Aries, because there's Moon, Sun, Venus, Mercury, all in Aries. So it's a good cardinal energy. So it's a good time to rethink about what you believe and how you want to take your plans and ideas and projects forward. And you will be given opportunity to do this during this new moon. You just need to be ready for it. So don't be rigid, and move forward with how you want to take life forward. And if you do so, the intention of how you change your mindset and refresh the ideas, you will see in coming months how the results of these readjusting your mindset and readjusting your plans works, and you will see rewards and results in due course, Leos. Now it's also a time when you are looking at your work, your everyday, how the everyday. Now it's also a time when you are looking at your work and your just routine, everyday routine. So it's a good time to initiate something in there. If you already are doing something, if you already initiated something, that's fantastic. It is a busy time for you, Leos, during this new moon, and even last few months and going forward as well. So you are transforming your daily routine, your work habits, how you earn a living, how you work, what you do on a daily basis. It's all changing, it's transforming. What's also changing is your health, how you look at your health, your food habits, and how you want to take your own well-being forward, how you see yourself in future, and the whole area, the whole everyday going on in your life is going through transformation since many years, Leos. So it's a good time to look at that more carefully and be a bit more emotionally connected to what you are changing, and how you see yourself in terms of your just daily routine and your lifestyle. So you're very committed to take whatever your ideas and goals are forward, Leos. You're very on it, definitely. So it's also important to stay consistent and practical. And when you're consistent and you're constantly working towards your goals, then there's a greater possibility of achieving that goal. So do keep your mind on your goal and work towards it. Now, overall, I'll say, Leos, your perspective in life and your long-term goals are going through a transformation for many years now, and you're really coming into your own. And what you really want to do in this world is going through a transformation, and you want to be of service to others, and you want to heal and project yourself in that way to help others, and you're very enthusiastic about this as well, to do that. Now, Leos, that is a great thing, because you need more people around to do that. Leos, you have a message and you are sharing that with the world, and that's what you are divinely inspired to do, Leos. So it's also important to understand what it means to you and how it is changing your own philosophy in life, and to use that, your own advice on yourself, and to move forward with that thinking, to heal yourself as well as you heal others, Leos. So keep that in mind, to begin with yourself and to bring the spirituality within yourself, the message that you're trying to convey to the world. Virgos, for you, the new moon occurs in your 8th house. Now, 8th house is the house of intimacy, of shared finances, joint finances, even social finances. It's a house of transformation, rebirth. Also, it's you can see the investments and loans and debts through the 8th house. Now, your ruler Mercury during the new moon is in the sign of Aries. So your ruler Mercury in Aries is telling you, Virgos, that it's perfectly fine to have your own opinion and to exert what your inner needs are. So Virgos, it's important to set boundaries around you to protect yourself from people who doesn't have your best intention. So it's important to you are here to give advice and help other people, but it may not. But others may not have the same intention towards you. You as a sign, Virgo, is always interested in helping other people and being useful, but other people in your surrounding may not have that intention towards you. So it's very important to have that boundary to protect your own inner peace. Now, this is very important to do that also, so that you can work with your own energy and achieve goals that you have set for yourself without being interrupted or negatively projected by just your surrounding and relationships that you might have. So do protect yourself, and it's very important to safeguard your own interest and your own self. So it's important to have healthy relationships and just protect your own energy and have relationship in a healthy, wholesome way so that it does not affect you negatively, Virgos. Now, new moon in your 8th house, in the house of your intimate relationship, also gives you a sense of commitment towards relationship, what you want to commit yourself into and what you expect from other people. So, and this could be in relationship of all kind. It doesn't have to be only in your personal romantic relationship. It could be a business relationship, work relationship, anything that you're getting involved. So what you are promising and what you're committing to, is that truly resonating with what your inner needs are? So you need to keep an eye on that, Virgos, because it's very easy for you to fall back in old patterns where you are only giving, and when you do too much of giving without any receiving, it can affect your mental well-being and your inner peace. So it's important to understand relationship is about mutual understanding. It's about receiving as well as giving. So you need to have that energy around you and your own a healthy relationship with other people, so that you're not just overextending yourself in terms of giving. Now, Virgos, you're evolving and changing, and your goals and ambitions are moving forward. You are working towards them. So it's important to have what your expectation is from yourself and from others completely clear and, transparent, so that your needs and demands are not getting misjudged. And whatever you need from your surrounding, you are getting that. And any conflict that is arising as a result of miscommunication or anything is getting resolved, because you are keeping an eye on it and taking care of things, of any conflict that's arising in your relationship. You're able to communicate your emotions and your inner needs to other people, and in turn you're also receiving information from people, what are their expectations. So Virgos, be courageous and tap into your own inner warrior. This is Aries season and your ruler is in Aries sign. So use this cardinal energy to understand and exert your own self, and also confront with any internal fears that you have or any conflict within you that's arising. Confront that and understand yourself better, so that you can really work towards your goals and ambition and your destiny in the world, whatever you are working towards. It's a very busy and intense time for you, Virgos, especially in your daily life and your work life. So you must be extending yourself and committing too much. So you need to keep an eye on that you're not overexerting yourself, and you need to keep your own well-being in mind when you are working hard and trying to achieve your goals and objectives. And keep your relationship around you, whether it's your partner, family, whether it's your work colleagues, anybody around you, more on a healthy level rather than conflicting and unhealthy level. So your own well-being is very important, Virgos. You are moving forward in the world, you are achieving goals, and you want to work hard in the way you make your living, but it's important to keep your own health and well-being in mind, Virgos. So for you Libras, the Aries New Moon occurs in your 7th house. So it's a house opposite to your sign. Now 7th house is a house of relationship. It's a house of interaction, one-to-one interaction. That could be personal and business, both. So you are feeling energized or need to refresh in these areas, in your 7th house matter. So if you are in a relationship or in a business contract, it's a good time to reset and refresh things and move things forward in a more renewed way. Now it is Aries season. It's a great time. It's a cardinal energy. You are a cardinal sign, Libra. So it's a great time to move things forward and set the intention of whatever you want to achieve in future. So be mindful of where you're heading in terms of your contracts and business partnership and relationship and how you're working towards it. And it's a good energy of all the other planets to help you to move your any kind of contractual relationship or any kind of business that you want to start. It's a good time to start that, Libra. Besides the business opportunities that you will have during this time, Libra, you are also feeling very romantic. So you will have these romantic opportunities as well. If that's what you're aiming at, if that's what you're looking at, it's a great time to move those things forward. And if you're already coupled and you're in a relationship, it's good time to refresh your relationship and add some more zing to it and refresh it. So it's a great energy right now, Aries season. It's a great energy for you Libras to move that forward. Now Libra, by nature, you're the sign of partnership and relationship. It's your sign of cooperation and getting on well and having that balance in life. Now you have planets right now, new moon as well, in the sign of Aries, which is all about it's a more of a self-serving energy, and it's more of a being about yourself. So you might have to navigate yourself through your relationship where there's strong-willed individuals involved. You might have need to communicate what you expect, what your expectations are, and people in your life, Libras, do look up to you for your opinions and for your acceptance and what you have to say. So because you come from a very balanced plane and you are very well thought and you keep everything perspective in mind, so your opinions are well rounded, so people do think about you and accept what you say. So it's important to communicate your inner energies, what you emotionally feeling in relationship. So as you communicate what you internally want and you need in your relationship, Libra, there's a greater possibility of running the whole dynamic more smoothly and more successfully. So do trust your instinct and your judgment, Libra, even in the face of conflict with strong-willed people. So move forward with that balancing and harmonizing energy that you have, and show your love to others, and let the love enter your own heart, and then you will be more at peace with what you are projecting, and that energy will radiate on other people and they will see you for what you are. So you are feeling very willing, very fearless and very courageous to take these one-to-one relationship forward. So trust your instinct and trust your internal needs and emotions, and take steps and set and develop relationships and refresh relationship based on that, on how you feel and how you want, what your internal needs are. So for you Scorpios, the new moon occurs in your 6th house. Now the 6th house is the house of your health, your wellness, your work environment, your daily habits, and just it's about being useful, how the service you can offer and what you have to offer on a daily basis. That's what the 6th house resonates with. Now Scorpio, your traditional ruler is Mars, and Mars is in the sign of Gemini during this time, and your modern ruler is Pluto, which is in the sign of Capricorn, and it's been there for a number of years now. So Scorpios, this is the time really to bring forward any old tasks that you have been keeping on the back burner and take action on those tasks and duties and which you have been ignoring or not thinking about it. It may be menial and it may be mundane, but you need to take action on that and move those things forward. With Sun and Moon both in the sign of Aries for you Scorpio and in your 6th house, you will feel that energy to take charge and to move things forward. You are not feeling any more laid back, and any feeling of procrastination is definitely gone, and you are more energized and you are ready to take action on any daily duties and any daily activities that you have. So you are definitely moving these things forward during the new moon, Scorpios. Scorpios, naturally you are a very focused and efficient sign. You know how to move forward. You understand, even like it might be, you are quite hyper aware of what your surrounding is, and you're able to adjust yourself accordingly, and you're very efficient to make things happen and move things forward because you're not afraid to take quick decisions and even take risks. So you are definitely on point to move things on a day, on what's happening in your daily life. You can move any task and duty, if it's at work or at home, both the places you can move, get the ball rolling during this time, during this new moon time, Scorpios. Now Scorpios, even if you feel a little bit uninspired in terms of moving these daily tasks forward, you still are very much definitely focused to move these things forward. And this is also not just your work but also your health. So it's a good time to initiate something in terms of your health and food habits as well, because you're working you're hard and you're moving things forward in terms of whether it's in work environment, in your job, or just general in-home environment, just daily duties that you're doing. If you're moving those forward and you're trying to take boxes off, but it's also important to have a healthy regime and have a good food habit, because your wellness is equally important, and it's important to find a balance between both the health and the work aspects in your life. So you can initiate something new in these areas. If you're looking for a new job, it's a good time to initiate that as well. Or if you want to start a good new food habit or a diet regime or a health regime during this time, it's a good time to start that, because there's a lot of positive harmonious energy in your 6th house, and it's a good idea to do that. Also in terms of applying for new jobs, it's a good time to give interviews as well, and if you have given any interviews, you will see some movement in that area, or in your work, in your current work, you could see some upward movement in terms of if you are expecting a promotion or a career growth, or just a work environment where you are feeling more at home and you're more happy, and you're seeing your authority figures and people in your work life noticing you and recommending you for a promotion. So you can see these movements because of the work you have put all these time, Scorpios, and you have worked hard, so it's time for reward as well. So overall, Scorpios, during this new moon, it's good time to initiate anything in your work or health, and it's good idea, and you're feeling very energized and motivated to do that as well, and you will be taking things forward, and you will see the results of that. And it's important to keep your mind, body, spirit in alignment and balance, so that when you're working towards these goals in your work and your everyday life, your health is not affected, and you are having a wholesome growth instead of just a lopsided growth. So keep in mind your work, your health, everything comes together and move forward together as you are achieving your goals and ambitions, Scorpios. For you, Sagittarius, the new moon occurs in your 5th house. Now, the 5th house is the house of fun, it's a house of recreation, it's a house of enjoyment, and it's a house of creativity, self-expression, and also it's a house of your children. So you can see some new activities happening in these areas. Now, your ruler, Jupiter, Sagittarius, is in the sign of Aquarius. Now, this Jupiter in Aquarius is in a very harmonious aspect to the new moon in Aries. So it's all a good positive time to do something creative and initiate something that you that expresses your inner self. You're feeling very inspired to take on some creative project as well during this time, Sagittarius. So it's a good idea to try new things, and it could be maybe painting classes or online painting classes if you can't physically go and do these classes, or cooking classes, or anything that you find enjoyable, you want to, that is expresses your own inner self. It's a great time to initiate that, Sagittarius. Now, when the new moon comes in the 5th house, it's important to acknowledge what you are, your internal yearnings are, what you internally passionate about, what you are internally inspired about, and take action in those areas. Now, Sagittarius, for you, you like to explore, you like to expand your mind and horizon, and that could be, and that's through different experiences and learning new things and experiencing, meeting people, and just interacting with other people. So that really opens up your mind. New experiences really it does you a lot of good, Sagittarius. So you could do something in these areas. You can bring some energy in your daily life, and if you're feeling bored, or just generally the days are not exciting enough for you during this time, during the new moon, Sagittarius, you can do something creative, learn something new, and use this new moon energy to have fun and to just bring your inner child out and be more playful and be more spontaneous, Sagittarius. So don't let your days just be about work and serious stuff. Bring some spice up your daily life and do some creative work. Now, if you have children, you could spend time with them and get involved with them and do playful activities with them. That will really relax you and bring your inner creativity out as well, and it's a great time to do that. So your 5th house is ruled by Aries, Sagittarius, and there is a lot of positive energy during this new moon in your 5th house in the Aries. So you can feel a bit bold and courageous and inspired to move that forward. It is a cardinal energy, so it's a good idea to push yourself and be more artistic and creative and express yourself, whatever you are feeling inside, and express it in a creative way, in a playful way, in a fun way, which is relaxing to you and which really brings out your natural open-minded self, which you naturally are. You are a generous, open-minded, spiritual sign, Sagittarius. So bring out these inspiration through creativity and through playfulness. So overall, during this new moon, for you Sagittarius, it's a great time to open your heart and your mind and express yourself creatively and introduce something in your life that is you're learning something. Maybe it's a creative skill you want to acquire or something new just for fun. Do that and be out and be more playful and spontaneous, and use this energy also to interact with your children if you have, and use that, and that they will really appreciate that, this positive and inspiring and generous energy that you're bringing, and you are feeling very motivated to take action in these areas during the new moon, Sagittarius. Capricorns, for you, the new moon occurs in your 4th house. Now, the 4th house is about your family, your home, your comfort level, your internal emotions, also real estate and house, any kind of landed property. So that's the theme of the 4th house. Now, Capricorn, your ruler is Saturn, and Saturn during this new moon is in the sign of Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is your 2nd house. So there's a theme of your financial well-being and your home environment and your own self is coming into play. So your major focus during this time, new moon, is your home environment, Capricorns, and you are very much interested in your family environment and putting your energies in that area. So you might be nesting, or maybe buying a property or purchasing a property or initiating some activities in that direction, because you're feeling very responsible and you are very much interested in moving these themes forward. So your focus is on your emotional environment, on your comfort level and your home life, and you are making any changes in that emotionally if you think there's any change needs to be made. Now sun and moon both are in Aries during this new moon. It's telling you to gaze inwards and focus on what you are internally made of. Also, if you have any hidden feelings on that has not come to surface, it's asking you to focus on that and pay attention to those themes. So it is Aries season and it's very cardinal energy. Now Capricorn, you are a cardinal sign yourself, so you can kick up activities in your home environment. Maybe you can bring a new passion or new spark in your home environment. Maybe you want to do some DIY around your house, or redecorate your house, or buy a new property, or purchase or initiate that if that's what you're looking at. So all this it's a great energy. New moon it's a very harmonious and complementing energy with all the other planets, and it's a good idea to take action in these areas, or at least set intention in these areas. Now Capricorns, you're very protective about your home environment and your family and just your emotional environment. You're very protective about them. Aries rules your fourth house, so you're very courageous and bold to defend these areas as well. If your family and your privacy is attacked or affected, you will take action to protect that and to defend that, your emotional state and your comfort level and your home environment, your family. You will definitely take steps to protect that. You're very courageous to fight for what you desire most and what sets you free in your home environment. You're very courageous and bold, and you will take action to fight for and protect that if need be. So this new moon will really recharge you and really energize you to take action in your home environment and to protect and to make any changes if you want to make any change in terms of your house and your where you live. So all this energy, the Aries cardinal energy, is all helping and supporting to make that change if that's what you are looking at. Aquarius, for you the new moon occurs in your third house. Now the third house is a very expressive house. It's a house of communication. It's a house of sharing ideas, expressing your ideas, networking. It's how you process your information and how you gather information. That's the third house theme. So Aquarius, during this new moon, it's a great time to focus on what you really want and what your goals and ambitions are. Even write it down and plan it out if that's what that helps you to move forward. So this new moon energy is quite complementary to you Aquarius, because new moon is occurring in Aries, which is a fire sign, and it's harmonious with air sign, Aquarius air sign. So use this energy to initiate any goals or any communication activities or anything that you want to express or share ideas and information, and that could be through an online business or podcasting or sharing ideas through social media. It's a good time to do that, and you can begin something and it will be fruitful, and you will see the results in due course. Also Aquarius, do look at your life direction during this time. What is it that you are trying to achieve and where is your life headed? So all this can really help you understand what your ambitions are, what is your dream, what is it you really want to, which direction you really want to take your life in, and focus on those energies during this time. Set these intentions and work towards them, and you will be able to take your life direction in the way you want to take it forward, because this new moon is quite harmonious and quite supporting to you, Aquarius. Now, Aquarius, during this time and for many years, you have been focusing on your well-being and your health as well, and how you heal yourself. So it's important to maintain the schedule in these areas and be consistent in where your well-being is concerned, because you have planets in your first house and you're very charged to take action. You are reinventing yourself. You are projecting a new you, your new you to the world, and you are sharing ideas. You really expressing a lot more, and really people are listening to you. You have that effect. You have an audience, and they are listening to you during this time, during the new moon. So it's important to also keep your well-being in mind, and you have that in mind, but to stay consistent on that. And it's important to also have some time to recharge yourself. So take a break from what you're doing, the constant sharing of ideas, whether it's on online media or just generally in life. So to take a break from your daily duties, and in order to project a more wholesome and richer self and more fulfilled self, it's important to also take a step back sometimes and rejuvenate yourself, recoup yourself, and re-energize yourself, so that you can come back in the world and share fresh ideas and interact with the world on a more energized and healthful way. So during this new moon, you are refocusing your energy in how you communicate with people, and how you are sharing information and projecting yourself as a communicator to the rest of the world and in your environment. So it's a good idea to refresh how you communicate, how you project yourself, how you use words, and how you share ideas. It's a good idea to refresh those during this new moon time. It's quite a complementary energy and harmonious energy for you, Aquarius, to do that, and you will have an audience, and people are listening to you, so they will take to the new way of communicating, your new way of communicating. Now, you are a fixed sign, Aquarius, so you may fall into pattern of tried and tested patterns which you're comfortable with, and you're not much open to much changes, but this is not a time for rigidity. So be more flexible and open-minded to communicate in new innovative ways, and how you are, what message you have, the message you are presenting to the world. Do it in a more interesting, fresh and new way. So be curious and explore different ways of communicating and sharing your message, Aquarius. Now, Aries is the ruler of your third house, and that's where the new moon's occurring, Aquarius. So you may feel very bold and courageous in putting forward your messages, the social message that you have. You will feel very bold and courageous to do that, and it may come across as even rebellious and quite bold. So that's fine. I mean, that's what you are pioneering. That's what you're good at. That's the Aquarius energy. You bring forward new quirky ideas, and that's what works for you, Aquarius. So stick to that. So in all, it's important to remember that as you're communicating your new ideas to the world, and you're reintroducing, you're projecting a new self, you're also recharging and giving time to your own well-being and your own wellness, so that you are not overworked and overextended during this time. Pisces, for you, the new moon occurs in your second house. Now, the second house is the house of income. It's a house of your personal income. It's a house of your income making capabilities as well. Also, it's a house of what you value, your possessions, and your own sense of self-value. It's all these themes are seen from the second house. So during this time, when the new moon is in sign of Aries in your second house, it's time to refocus on your income and finances during this time. So you could also expect maybe a pay rise or bonus during this time, or something can be initiated. Maybe the work you have been putting at work in your job is it's coming to fruition, and you are seeing results in terms of growth in income and or bonus, or something to do with your finances, personal finances. So you could see these themes during the new moon, and it's a good harmonious energy for all this to occur, because this new moon in Aries is quite complemented by other planets in air signs and fire sign, which is really helping it to give the result. Now, it could also be a time when you could be looking for a new role or a new job, if that's what you want to do. If whatever the current situation you're in, if it's not leading to financial growth in terms of your income, it's a good idea to look for something that will give you a pay rise, and it's perfectly a good time to do that, because you will see some movement in these areas. Now, you're also looking at future projects during this time, Pisces, and you are networking and collaborating with people for new projects and for any goals that you have for future. You are working towards it, and there is a good energy happening during this new moon to help you achieve these. So if you want to move forward in a different direction in terms of your work or projects or whatever that's going on in your life during this time, it's a good energy to initiate these things, and you will see growth in these areas, and also you will see financial growth in these areas. So Pisces, do use your capabilities and skills that you have, and your own personal value, your own credibility, what you bring to the table, and be confident about it, and project yourself in that way that the authority figure or whoever is the deciding person sees that part of you and sees your credibility, and as a result of that, you experience that financial growth and financial stability. So it's a good idea to project your sense of self and what you're made of to other people. It's not a good time to shy away and not project what you're truly made of. So it's a good time to be more courageous, be more bold, to take action in terms of showing what your skills are, what your capabilities are. The new moon is occurring in the sign of Aries, and it's a cardinal sign. It's a forward moving time, so it's a good idea to be more active in these area, and you will see the results if you put in action or set the intention of what you want to achieve in these areas. So do set the attention. It's quite harmonious energy, and it's got lots of complementary planetary energy happening. So, and you will see results. So it's a time to network as well, and there's a lot of focus in your life where it comes to social circle and just your community as well during this time, Pisces. So your focus is a lot on how you're getting along with people and how you're mingling with people, and all these energies will help you to grow your own self. So it's a good idea. There's a lot of 11th house activity happening in your chart for a number of years. So all this social circle that you have created for yourself and all the networking and mingling that you're getting involved in is also helping you and supporting you in whichever way you need the support. So you are getting that support. So you are receiving this help and support from your social circle, and all that is fantastic. But it's also important to focus on your goals on a more personal level as well, and in a more focused way and more considerate way, so that you're able to balance your energies more practically and stay focused on purpose of whatever you're trying to achieve, Pisces. Now you have your hopes and wishes on your mind, Pisces, for a number of years now, and you're really working towards it. You are very confident and very energized during this new moon to take those themes forward, and you will see the support, and you are getting the support as well from your social network and your people who are around you, and they all are helping you to grow. So during this new moon, this Aries new moon, Pisces, it's important to understand your own self-worth and your own sense of individuality, and move forward in this world and recognize what you are, what you have to offer, and your social network is rooting for you, is supporting you. So it's a good idea to move these things forward, and you will see financial growth as well as a result of understanding your own self-worth and realizing that your mission goes beyond time and space, and that's what you're here to do, Pisces. So do recognize your worth and realize your mission and offer what you have to offer to your community. Thank you for watching my Aries new moon video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.